Jennifer Lopez's first husband worked. Over time, they share their relationship secrets with the world. There was a hefty price tag of around $10 million and then some to keep it all under wraps. Stick around to see if JLA paid it. JLA was married too. Her first husband and Noah for only 11 months. But the short union caused years of court appearances and drama, and it's still going on. Actually, even after over 2 decades, about $21 million has been thrown around over the years between all the involved parties. Noah seems to have worked in 2 major careers during his Lifetime Entertainment and their restaurant scene. He met and married J.Lo when he was a waiter leading up to the divorce. He had opened up his own restaurant and then post-divorce he managed J.Lo's restaurant after she asked him if he wanted to do it honestly. When it comes to the restaurant aspect of it, all he and J.Lo seem like they are on pretty good terms until 2002. But we'll get into that. Originally, it seemed like he just resented her for issues when it came to Hollywood. Noah has accused J.Lo of using her connections to prevent certain TV shows and people from working with him, tarnishing his reputation by allegedly spreading rumors and taking him to court and things like that. It turns out that the show he might have been talking about being barred from was American Idol. When JLA was judging, allegedly he was planning to make an appearance, but due to his history with the star, it was stopped by her. Both parties have made it clear that they went into this marriage to stay together and tried to work things out. J.Lo said she was raised to be family-oriented, and Noah said that as a pioneer in the first of her husband, he was a good husband because he believes in marriage, forced J.Lo at the beginning by dealing with her insecurities and anxieties. Noah recently shared his perspective on the beginning of the end. It all fell apart thanks to distance, cheating, and Diddy Combs. J.Lo dated Diddy right after her divorce from Noah. They met while J.Lo was married to Noah, but when being interviewed about their relationship, both stars were adamant that nothing happened until J.Lo was divorced. J.Lo actually said she didn't even like Diddy at first. Clearly, why Noah believes different. He's hinted that he believes J.Lo was cheating on him with Diddy in addition to working together on a music video. Diddy was involved with J.Lo's first album at the time when J.Lo was working on this album. She, according to Noah, had to be in either Miami or New York, but he had to stay in LA to open his new restaurant. He claimed that, halving the distance between them. Plus, J.Lo meeting future partners Diddy and Mark Anthony as well during that time resulted in problems the couple just couldn't fix, despite what sounds like a lot of problems. The couple said they split on good terms, though Noah was heartbroken over it. He and J.Lo actually found their way back into a partnership with each other, although the context was a lot different. She was opening her own restaurant and needed a manager, Noah Hassa. Lot of experience in the field, plus even though they weren't together anymore, she still viewed him as family and wanted to take care of him. She apparently promised him that she wouldn't fire him from the position unless there was a good reason. Noah held that position for 6 months before being fired for a reason he never figured out. He claims that he tried to contact J.Lo, but she wasn't answering him, so he escalated the situation and sued for damages. It did go in his favor. He got $125,000. In comparison to later court dates, the amount of money will seem pretty small. I promise the $125,000 came with a condition. Though the man must never publicly spoke about his past relationship with J.Lo negatively, but something must have happened then. That stung deep because Noah broke this condition only a few years later when he tried to publish a book that was exclusively about his romance with From. The block, it was going to include all the cheating allegations, persons, some court documents based on other comments from Noah in future interviews where he said that he would deal with J.Lo's insecurities. He hated being on the red carpet despite her wanting him to appear with her, and how the couple would often fight and pretend everything was okay. Likely, the book was not going to be a kind reflection of J.Lo, and this is where the cover-up started. J.Lo obviously did not want a book by her ex in rotation, so she blocked the release, taking her ex to court. Her representation argued that Noah breached their previous contract, that he would keep the details of their relationship under wraps. This time, the courts ruled in favor of Lopez, and she was awarded $545,000 total. $200,000 of that was damages, the rest for arbitration costs and attorney's fees, per CBS News. It was also reported that everything related to the book was to be given to Lopez. It was this hearing that a permanent injunction was issued. Noah could no longer criticize Cast in a negative light or otherwise disparage or cause disparagement to Lopez. Despite the injunction, Noah would go on to attempt to release a movie about their relationship that would allegedly include home videos of Lopez. She sued for $10 million won, but then was sued by a producer for that film for $10 million. That was dismissed. Though it's clear that J.Lo really is not interested in the public finding out the details of her first marriage. Again, Noah's potential film about his relationship with Lopez was allegedly supposed to be a mockumentary or like a parody-style film. I guess they thought that they would get around the rule against Noah that he had to refrain from disparaging J.Lo publicly. There was also the rumor that it was going to include some of over 11 hours of unseen private home footage of the couple that was in pretty clear violation of the rules. So it makes sense that J.Lo and her team stepped in. She sued for $10 million for Perdit's breach of contract violation of publicity rights, invasion of privacy, and more so that affected Noah and producer Meyer for that film, but the other producer of the film buzz was not included. So they hit back with their own lawsuit. They were suing J.Lo, now also for $10 million. They had been working on a different J.Lo-related project, this one called I.O. J.Loaned. I believe that this one was supposed to be about the time that J.Lo and Noah went to court over his book about their relationship, for he violated their privacy agreement and then was required to pay over $500,000. So this one was technically, it is not about J.Lo and Noah's relationship in the past, but kind of like an extension of it. It was very confusing. Point is that J.Lo had just very publicly sued and stopped her ex over not just his book, but also a potential movie. Vasquez's movie was just scrapping their words. Their film become a radioactive. Why would a studio risk financing something if there's a very real possibility that it will get shut down for making it in the air? The whole situation almost worked out in the producer's favor, but the whole case was based on a cease and assist letter that was ultimately ruled to be privileged legal communication that can't be used in court. T with no C, as it was dismissed, and J.Lo technically won despite how it all ended from interviews Noah has done. In the seems like the couple was incredibly in love at first and had a sweet wedding ceremony. J.Lo has echoed this, however, she did look back on the marriage a few years ago, and her comments were interesting. She said that she doesn't really count her marriage to Noah since it was so short, and at that point in her life she thought that if she married someone that would mean there would always be someone there for her. Something she now realizes is a bad reason to get married in a reservist interview. From around 1999 is J.Lo mentioned that towards the end of her marriage there were a lot of problems. Something Noah inadvertently agreed with when he commented on the fact that Ben Affleck has a resting grumpy face. When he's out with J.Lo, Noah claimed that he understood Affleck Ash, and J.Lo used to have a lot of arguments, but have Top pretend everything was okay for the cameras. Only minutes later, J.Lo hinted at what are some of the issues between the couple might have been in an interview after their divorce, saying that she believed that he was insecure when it came to finances and her being richer than he was, and she likely always would be. She also once suggested that he had wanted a relationship where J.Lo would stay home while he goes out and makes the money. But alas, she became a millionaire and paid for their home. As for J.Lo's current divorce from Ben Affleck, it's looking like that story is going very, very differently. Reports have said that the couple split has been going pretty well. They've agreed to part with what they each made during the marriage and what they had before. The only sticky parts are the home that they bought together, but with a team of experts working with. The hot will likely be smoothed over in no time, but what do you think? Let us know. And if you're looking for your next bit entertainment, check out the rest of our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.